So Dan, is the weather pretty there, or is it cold, or?
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but I'm so delightful. It's about 72 degrees here. Very, very nice.
Oh, that is very nice.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
There's a good song for you.
You'll probably find some place that is playing that song right now because it's just getting closer to Christmas.
Yeah, somewhere in the solar system, it's Christmas now.
I believe that's a wood stork.
Yes.
So when that gets down to 0, is that when the program starts?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is so people can get popcorn, get soda from the fountain,
Coffee,
juju beans, Twizzlers.
juju beans.
Man, that's an old word. That's from old times.
Wow.
That's some old time candy. That's right. Juju beans. Jujubeans. Juju.
Scott, you need to start playing that song that you would hear at the drive-in. What was it? Let's go out. Let's go out.
Let's go to the ball game.
No, it was something about going to the snack stand.
Oh, the snack bar. Yeah.
Yeah. That there was always a specific song they would play at the drive-in.
Yeah, it was mind control is what it was.
It really was.
All subliminal to make you buy more popcorn and Cokes and hot dogs and burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Or da 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 da.
That's awesome.
Nowadays you do that. You mimic Bugs Bunny, and all the kids are like, "What's Bugs Bunny?"
Who's that?
Yeah, who is it?
I think they do know who Bugs Bunny is, though. He's been brought back lots of times.
Has he?
Yeah. Certainly my kids knew who Bugs Bunny was, but I was still watching 1940s Looney Tunes, when my kids were born. So and those are still like some of the best cartoons. They're great.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, they're great. My daughter's favorite cartoon is Daffy Duck, when Daffy is forced to sit on the egg while his wife goes out, and he does a magic act with the egg, making it disappear. And he makes it disappear a couple times, and then he can't get it back. Okay, he can't make it come back. And then she files for divorce. Okay, it's pretty funny.
You had to be there.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, I could not adequately describe this cartoon to you. So
The cartoons today are nothing like the cartoons when I was younger. Nothing.
I think every generation says that, Probably before, when back in the days of clay tablets, there were probably guys standing around saying, the clay tablets today are nothing like the clay tablets we used to have.
That it could possibly be.
Absolutely.
That's all, folks. My grandkids love that.
Oh my God. Now look at this nest.
Oh my gosh.
It's huge.
What kind of nest is it?
Big. Big nest. Well, hello, everybody. It's Scott Roberts, Dan George, and Annie Scarbrough here with the 11th episode of On the Wing. And our focus today is juveniles, or young young birds. And so Kent could not be with us this afternoon, and Annie volunteered to fill in. So she's standing from this beautiful flock of, looks like ducks or something behind her. So, but we've been having a good time before we started this broadcast, reminiscing about old songs and just having fun. So, but Annie, I'm going to turn this over to you. We've covered a lot of different aspects of birds, different types of birds, and that kind of thing. But young birds are near and dear to our hearts. So
Yeah. So we're gonna talk a little bit. I'm gonna try my best. Kent does such a great job. He filled in for me, so I get to fill in for him. So
there we go.
Yep. So we're, but that's what we do here at Explore Scientific. We got each other's back. So, but today, we're going to talk about juvenile birds. And so I will share my screen.
Those are not ducks behind you, by the way.
And they're not from the movie Birds.
Oh, that was good.
There we go.
Okay, so let me get my other screen up so I know what I'm doing over here. So, okay, so this is a barred owl, right? Is that how you say that correctly? Yep. Okay.
Correct.
This is a juvenile barred owl, and I'm going to play the sound for you. Now, Dan, you were saying before the show that all owls have their own different sound. Is that what you were telling me?
Basically, what I was saying, in North America, there's over 950 birds known to North America. And all 950 plus birds, each one has their own distinctive call. So if there's 8 or 9 different owls in North America, the barred owl has exactly the call that Annie just played. You want to play that one more time?
Yes, I can do that. Let me back it up just a little. I think I did it a little too far, but.
Now, lots of people know what a chickadee sounds like, okay? But a chickadee makes a sound of chickadee, d, chickadee, d. That's therefore the name is chickadee. Mm-hmm. In the case of the barred owl has a very well-known call that sounds like who cooks for you? Who cooks for you?
Oh.
So if you're out in the woodlands when it's dark, because they're only awake when they're dark, okay? They're night birds. If you hear that, you know it's a barred owl. It could only be a barred owl.
Yeah.
And both the male and the female will do the sounds.
I feel like this is something that we would hear more in Northwest Arkansas if we were out in the woods than any other owl. But I may be wrong. You
have to also be near mixed woodlands or near river bottoms or swamps as well. Okay. So they're not going to be in totally dry land. They're going to be out there where there's some water, because they'll eat frogs, and occasionally we'll find a big carp or whatever. Okay. They'll eat that too.
Okay. And then there is another picture of one, and this is a sibling.
Yeah.
And then this one is a picture of him with his pajama legs. So his legs, I think you were telling me that his legs, this really shows that he's a juvenile by the way his legs are.
Yeah, because as he becomes an adult, he or she, because they're monomorphic, which means you cannot tell the female from the male. Okay. So whatever it or she or he or whatever, when it becomes an adult, those are going to be feathered legs.
Okay.
Kind of looks like my legs in the morning.
I can't say I know what that's like there, Scotty.
I'll make sure I take a picture and send it to you next time.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
In this picture, notice in this particular picture that the nose is yellow.
Oh,
Oh.
That's another field mark for a juvenile barred owl, is to have a yellow nose
Okay.
and pajama legs.
So what color does their beak usually turn as they get older, as adults?
It'll be a grayish brown, because that's all the other colors that are of the wings and
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
all the feathering. They're nocturnal, and they're only found in dense coniferous or mixed woods near river bottoms and swamps.
Okay.
And also, they're very common in middle to eastern U.S. states, and including Canada. And you can also find them in Oregon and Washington, but below that in California or Nevada or Idaho, you'll never find a barred owl.
Is it because it's just so dry there?
No, it's because that's from their creation. Their habitat excludes those places that I mentioned to you.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
But the barred owl is the most common owl in the eastern states, from let's say the central states to the eastern states.
Okay. Huh, that's interesting.
It's a pretty cool bird, actually. But remember the call, who cooks for you?
And I'll say no, nobody, I do. This
Very good, Annie.
sorry. Okay.
No, you're not sorry.
I am not sorry. Actually, I don't cook. But anyways, okay, this is a barn swallow, juvenile barn swallow. And I'm gonna play its sound.
Now, you can see from the range map there, it's every state in the United States, including Canada. Normally, even though their range, they're not really migratory, but you normally see them when it gets to be springtime and summer, because they like warmth. They might go a little bit south in the winter to avoid cold weather.
Okay.
But it's the most common swallow in the mid states and also the east. That sound, for people that just were able to hear that, I am sure that you have heard that noise many times in your backyards or out on the play field or whatever, because they're out there busy just eating all kinds of tons of mosquitoes and flying insects.
Cool. Okay.
Now, the thing about this is that, and there's another picture. Annie, why don't you go to the next picture too?
Oh, sorry. There we go.
Okay, and that shows the juvenile. But let me just say this: we don't have a picture of the adult here, but the male is very common, because their breast, you can see the beginning of feathering that's cinnamon colored. But when you see an adult male barn swallow, because we all have seen them, their breasts are between cinnamon and orange. It's a spectacular looking bird. And all of the particular barn swallows have a forked tail.
Oh, okay. But is their tail's not really long like a scissor tail would be?
Oh, no. Scissor tail is the opposite. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
They're in all 48 states in contiguous U.S. states plus Canada. And as folks see them every time, like mid to late spring and all the time of summer, you're going to have these having mud nests in your garages or in your breezeways or maybe your barns or whatever. That's their nesting, and it's a mud nest.
And okay, so question, I know some people find that as a nuisance, and if you knocked down their nest, would they still continue to try to rebuild them, or would they try to go somewhere else, or how do they do that?
They will rebuild them. They could come into the same breezeway or garage or whatever. If you knock the nests down, they're going to find them to do so. They're going to build them somewhere else.
Okay.
Until they build them in your garage again.
Okay. I just didn't know if I didn't know if they were like the type of bird that just kept coming back to the same area. You know how some birds always nest in the same spot. So I just didn't know if they just.
I would, this is a guess, okay?
Okay.
As a bird watcher, I doubt that anybody really knows whether that particular species comes back. I mean, there's been some ornithologists that have done studies on hawks and owls and things like that, where there's not tens of millions of them, but just rather a limited number. And they might do a study on them, like for example, hummingbirds. When hummingbirds come back from their migratory path, would they build in the same tree? Well, some people have figured that out, but I don't know what the answer is, because there's over 900 species.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, the next one is a juvenile. Dick Sissel. Dick Sissel. Okay. Yes.
And he's going to play it. Listen to the word, the sound that it makes. Okay, I think this is a specialty bird. It's the size of a sparrow. It's only 6¼ inches long, but it's a remarkable sound. The sound that they make is like Dick Sissel, Dick Sissel. And so therefore, whoever these people are that named him 150 years ago, whatever, calls this bird the Dick Sissel. And in this particular, this supposedly is a juvenile. He's a pretty handsome juvenile, I can tell you that. It looks like it's going to be a nice male, but a male Dick Sissel has a prominent black bib, and also a white chin. Go to the next screen, the next picture. Is it?
No, it's that one. We only have. Oh wait, hang on. Nope, that's it.
Okay, just one. All right. Well, just imagine it having a black bib. That would be the adult, and it would be the adult male. The female.
Now, right there, I'm sorry, Dan, to interrupt you, but the one on the video does have a black bib.
I don't know.
Can you see it? If I play it, will you see it?
Well, I got to move these other pictures of us. Yeah.
He has a black bib.
There you go.
He has that black bib. Mm-hmm.
See the black bib and you see the white chin? That's a perfect male Dick Sissel. And the female actually lacks the black bib and the white chin, but has similar facial markings on the crown and around the eyes. Yeah. This, by the way, this bird right here is very common. At the times that I've been from Texas to Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, you know, the grain land, the prairie land, or whatever, they're really common. Yeah. And the kind of habitat that they breed in is open, weedy meadows and prairies.
Okay.
It's spectacular, but the sound of that bird is a great sound.
It's kind of happy sounded. It
is.
It's kind of joyful. You know, it's just one of those things that when you'd sitting out, to me, again, coffee, sit out on the porch, drink coffee and listen to it, make you.
I will say this, though. I will say this, that the Dick Sissel is not a backyard bird per se, unless you have land behind your house where there's lots of weeds and, you know, growth.
Okay. So
they're not like a robin. Every house has got a robin.
Yeah.
You might have to drive 20 miles to see or hear a Dick Sissel.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, Tarek in the UAE says, animals can't beat birds in sound. I can't think of any animal that has a nicer and better sound than birds.
Yeah. That
guy deserves a medal.
Yes, he does.
There's no doubt about what he said. I agree.
Yeah. And Martin Eastburn says that the Dick Sissel are common in East Texas. So.
Oh.
Yep. Good.
That's cool. All right. This one is a blue grosbeak. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, can you play the video of that?
Yeah, I can.
Now pause the video Okay, for people that are watching, have good vision. The
Yeah.
bird on the bird on the right is a magnificent view of a male blue grosbeak. It's a beautiful. A grosbeak, the German word for large is gross. Okay, so a grosbeak means a large bill because they have these big bills to enable them to open up large nuts and other things that have to be broken by their bills. It's a spectacular bird. Take a look at the cinnamon wing bars. Those are called field marks. So whenever you see a blue bird like that with a big silvery beak, and you got the cinnamon colored two wing bars, those are diagnostic as a blue grosbeak male.
It's absolutely beautiful because it's not like a blue jay would be, but it's such a beautiful color blue. That's really neat.
And the female is the same size, but lacks entirely lacks blue. And in this particular other picture in the center of your viewing area here is a juvenile blue grosbeak.
Okay.
And you can see the modeling there. In other words, it's coming into probably its first year as a male, and that bird would morph, let's say, in a matter of a month, into a beautiful, that almost powder blue breast, and every part except for the cinnamon wing bars.
And then you said the females are what color?
They'll look like that with not any blue whatsoever.
Oh wow!
It looks like a big sparrow with a huge bill.
Oh wow! All right, now this is the red wing blackbird. And unfortunately, this is not a juvenile, so it actually is an adult. So
So there's a baby there. See, it's in the grass.
Oh yeah, there is a baby in the grass.
All right, you hear that call? Let's hear it. Come on. All right, that sound right there. There could be 100 birds out at the swamp area because this is always around water. Okay. When you hear that, it makes a sound that sounds like conqueree. If you play it again, it's like this is the way you can learn to look for birds based on their sound.
Okay, I'm gonna play it more. A bit.
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable. It's a remarkable bird. The red-winged blackbird actually is a pretty good sized bird. They're 8 3/4 inches long.
Oh wow!
And they have that beautiful red shoulder epaulet, if you will. And in certain circumstances, like the one in the video on the right of the screen, it shows the yellow margin at the bottom. Now, how God creates these birds is remarkable. I have no idea, but there's some significance to that and the way that they attract females.
So now this baby is on the ground. So do they nest on the ground?
I got to move this. I got Scott, you, and me on my screen here, so I can't see that.
I'm sorry.
Don't you be sorry. Let me see here. Well, I would say that they primarily will nest in reeds.
Okay.
In marsh areas and in water areas.
Okay.
And it's not clear enough to me to say what that is. It could be a dead sparrow. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Males have that distinctive call. The female looks like a heavily streaked sparrow, and there's no red epaulet, there's no yellow, it's just totally, and it's not really black. It's like, I wish we had the picture of a female red-winged blackbird here. It just looks like another sparrow.
That's crazy.
And they're pretty well non-migratory, but it seems to me, like I live in Colorado, and the only time we're ever going to have them around here is summertime when there is, water in some ponds and places like that. They're always by water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so the next one is a Scissortail Flycatcher.
Now, to you folks, in Arkansas and Kansas and Oklahoma and Texas, these are really very popular. You don't need to know a lot about a Scissortail Flycatcher to identify it as a Scissortail Flycatcher. But they got the longest tail for a sparrow-like bird in this wonderful. And when they fly with that, you can see it kind of like slows them down a little bit. They can't fly really too fast because they're carrying that long tail. The female in this particular species has a long tail, but it's shorter by about 4 inches.
Mhm.
So, and the head is silvery powdered silver color. And let's see, it has an orange buff belly. You can see
Okay.
down towards the belly area. It's buffy.
Mhm.
And interesting thing about birds is that there's not a variations. If this is the way that the Scissortail Flycatcher appears, 100% of all Scissortail Flycatcher males are going to look like this. Then in that same picture, as you look to the bottom,
Mhm.
you'll see a similar one that looks like the similar head, but the tail is like cut off. That's because that is a juvenile.
Okay.
And so when they're born, they do not have that long tail. It takes them until the next season for that tail to grow. If it's a male, it's going to grow significantly long to 13 inches from head to toe, so to speak.
Oh, wow.
And they're basically an open country, and I think it's one of the coolest birds out there because there's nothing that looks like them.
All right, I'm going to play the sound for us.
Okay. So one reason why
Is that it? Is that the sound?
yeah.
It's just a little chirp thing.
So here's the deal. When identifying birds, a lot of them, a good amount of them can be identified by the calls they make.
Yeah.
However, when you have a bird like a Scissortail Flycatcher, you could be almost blind. And you can see, my God, that thing's 13 inches long. Look at the tail on that. I know I can't get it to focus very
We
well.
have them in Arkansas. I've seen them.
Oh, yeah. And I've seen them too there, Scott. But that is a bird that doesn't need to have the sound to identify the bird.
Oh.
Whereas some of the other birds we've talked about, where I've made a point as to what they sound like, chickadees or conqueree for the red wing blackbird, you don't need to know that has a red epaulet.
Oh. So are most birds like that? Like if they're hard to identify, it's always easier to identify by their sound, whereas this you would notice it and immediately know.
I would strike the word always, but
Okay.
I would say for experienced bird watchers who basically go out and they want to build their list of birds that they've seen for their very first time, it's called a life bird,
Okay.
that they would learn what it sounds like to identify it when there are other birds around.
Okay.
However, if it's a bird that if you just see it and its field marks are so dominant that you don't need to know anything else more about it, you don't even care what it sounds like. However, if you have a question whether it's a particular bird, you can identify it firmly by its sound. Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, okay. So, and that was our last bird. And so this is our last picture right here of this beautiful, I don't even know what this flower is. It's a hydrangea.
There it is.
Is this a lightning bug? Is that what this that's actually crawling on it? Is that what this is?
I don't know. Possibly. We need to get a bug expert on here.
A bug expert on here. Yes.
But it is
Bug
a beautiful photograph. Terry Standfield, we kind of we've given tributes to him. He allowed us to use his birding photographs since we started this program. And Terry was a wildlife photographer here in Northwest Arkansas. And from all the photos that you see that he's done, you can see how amazing the natural diversity is here in the state. And Terry was very good at interpreting that with his camera. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
they're amazing photos. So, all right, that's all I had.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you very much. We'll be back on next week with more on the wing. And tomorrow we have I think it's our 15th episode of Focus on Astrophotography with Chuck and Ross, and their special guests, including Cameron Gillis, who's always on that program. So,
wait, 1 second. I forgot. I've got to announce. I have to announce who won your last week.
Oh, the
monomorphic.
The monomorphic.
Monomorphic. And we had 4 people enter, and unfortunately one of them was not an Explorer Alliance member. So again, if you want to enter contests, you need to be an Explorer Alliance member.
Yeah, you join up for free.
Yeah, join up for free on Legacy. So so the winner of the binos, Scott, do you remember what size they were?
842.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. I don't have my notes in front of me. An Alpine 8 by
They're like a $239 pair of
Yeah.
Alpine binoculars. They're very nice.
Yeah. So the winner is Cameron Gillis.
Cameron was like really wanting these binoculars too. So congratulations, Cameron. So you can tell us more about it tomorrow. Focus on astrophotography. So
yes.
That's awesome.
He won them. So, but yeah, so definitely, if you want to be a part of our contest and prizes, even just a legacy, it just takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, and it's free.
And it's free. Just sign up, and you'll have the opportunity to be able to win.
Cameron's watching. He's going crazy right now.
We can hear him all the way from Seattle.
I can.
So anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Scott, but there you go.
No, that's good. It's all good. Thank you. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for singing with me before the show, Dan. It was awesome. So.
Anytime, man.
Yeah, anytime. That's right. We'll pick some songs, maybe just sing next time. So.
Okay, Scott.
Anyhow. All right. You guys have a great time. Have a good evening. Hopefully, you're out looking at birds or stars, or just getting out there and enjoying your day. So thanks and take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alpine Wing's 8x42 binoculars are designed with versatility in mind. The BAK4 fully multi-coated optics, combined with the lightweight and ergonomic open-hinged body design, make these waterproof binoculars the perfect tool for any situation or weather. Armored and purged, these binoculars are tough enough to last against any minor bumps and dings, and will never suffer from internal fogging. With the long eye relief and twist-up eye cups, the Alpine Wing's 8x42 binoculars are the perfect tool for any adventure.